Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep, fascinating dive behind the scenes of The Golden Notebook, Episode 6, The Unwritten Page. We are going to deconstruct exactly how the creator builds such a heavy emotional atmosphere layer by layer, using some incredibly specific aesthetic and directorial choices. It's honestly a masterclass in visual storytelling, and we're going to unpack exactly how it works. Think of this as our episode shot list. We'll be looking at the cinematic webtoon style, Scene 1's hidden envelope, Scene 2's silent wish, Scene 3's first text, and finally, the to-be-continued wrap-up. Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the cinematic webtoon style, setting the aesthetic constraints. To truly get why Episode 6 hits so hard, you have to understand the foundational rules the creator set before a single frame was even drawn. This cinematic, anime, or webtoon style isn't just about making things look pretty, it's a targeted toolkit. By leaning heavily into warm lighting, the scene instantly feels nostalgic, safe, and deeply personal. But the real magic happens when you combine that lighting with a shallow depth of field and extreme emotional close-ups. This specific combination forces a kind of visual intimacy. It blurs out the distractions of the background and tethers us directly to the protagonist, Syed. We are right there in his personal bubble, feeling exactly what he feels. Moving right along to Section 2, Scene 1, Hidden Envelope, Crafting the Discovery Hook. So we've got 3 distinct layers working in perfect harmony here to build our initial hook. Visually, Syed is sitting outside a station, holding a phone and a diary. But the real focal point? That sealed white envelope with a pressed flower tucked into the back fold. Now, notice the camera angle. It's a tight close-up on his fingers opening that hidden flap. We aren't looking at the whole street. We're laser-focused on his hands. Then you layer in the audio. The director doesn't use a massive swelling orchestral score here. Instead, it's soft, curious synth pad notes mixed with distant street ambience. This combination creates a highly sensory, intimate atmosphere of discovery. You can almost feel the paper and hear the quiet rustle of the envelope amidst the distant hum of the city. And right as that envelope is opened, we get this thought. I want you to just pause for a second and really feel the emotional impact of these words. I thought I had read everything, but her most important note was hidden. It immediately reframes everything Syed, and by extension us as the audience, thought we knew about this journal. It creates an instant mystery and absolutely cements the hook of the scene. You literally cannot look away now, because you have to know what that hidden note says. Which brings us to Section 3, Scene 2, Silent Wish, the emotional heart of the scene. Now, what's really fascinating about how we enter the emotional core of this episode is the camera work. The visual shifts to the unfolded letter, revealing a drawing of 2 people at a cafe table alongside some handwriting. But pay close attention to the angle. It's a macro focus on the handwriting with a soft glow on the drawing. That macro focus is a deliberate, brilliant choice. It pushes us even closer than a standard close-up, making the ink on the page feel tangible. The soft glow adds this touch of reverence to the moment. The director is using the camera to make us feel intimately connected to the delicate, fragile humanity etched onto that paper. And here is what that macro focus reveals. To whoever finds this, if you ever bring this back to me, I hope you're someone who needs a little peace too. It's just such a vulnerable, beautiful sentiment, isn't it? This specific handwritten note takes an incredibly common trope, finding a lost item, and completely turns it on its head. It transforms a simple lost diary into a deliberate, intentional human connection. The original owner wasn't just careless. She was reaching out into the void, hoping to find a kindred spirit who understood the need for peace. And this brilliantly illustrates a massive shift in the narrative. We've moved from a simple, mechanical retrieval mission to a deeply personal, emotional stake. Syed isn't just returning a book anymore. He is answering a wish. The stakes have fundamentally changed from physical to emotional, and we are completely invested in seeing this connection through. All right, Section 4, Scene 3, first text, the narrative payoff. So the crucial point here is how the scene delivers the payoff for all the emotional tension we've built up so far. We see Syed smiling warmly at a napkin with her number, typing a message, and instantly getting a reply. But the magic is in the framing. We get a split view of the glowing text messages on one side and Syed's genuine, happy expression on the other. In visual storytelling, texting can be, well, incredibly difficult to make visually engaging. But this split view angle is the perfect solution. It effectively captures both the digital progression of the story and the very human, very real reaction playing out on Syed's face. On one side, Syed types, "I found the last page," "Thank you for the piece today." And on the other, the immediate reply, "Come back this weekend, I'll buy the coffee." By presenting the dialogue side by side like a split-screen texting interface, the creator places you directly inside the interaction. We are reading the texts in real time, experiencing that little rush of a successful connection right alongside Syed. And boom, the scene concludes with this final thought. "For the first time in months, I was actually looking forward to tomorrow." This is the definitive emotional shift for our protagonist. We started with him sitting alone outside a station, perhaps feeling a bit aimless, and through the masterful use of macro focus, sensory audio, and split-screen framing, we've guided him to a place of genuine hope. It brings his narrative arc for this episode to a wonderfully satisfying close. Finally, Section 5, To Be Continued, setting up the next chapter. Let's look at how the creator wraps up the mechanical gears of the episode to leave us craving more. The screen doesn't just fade to black. It leaves us with this overlay. To Be Continued, Episode 7, A Weekend to Remember. Subscribe for the next episode. From a structural standpoint, this is incredibly smart. It successfully sets expectations by giving a title to the next chapter, A Weekend to Remember, tying directly back to her text message inviting him for coffee. And crucially, it functions as a direct, engaging call to action. In the world of serialized webtoons, you have to guide your audience on what to do next, and this does it seamlessly without breaking that warm tone we just established. Which leaves us with the ultimate question: what will happen on their weekend to remember? We've seen how meticulously this creator crafts a sense of intimacy and connection out of just a few sketch lines and some well-placed lighting. Will that peace they are both searching for actually manifest at this coffee shop? That is exactly the kind of provocative, lingering question that successfully hooks us for Episode 7. Thank you so much for exploring the brilliant storyboarding of the Golden Notebook with me today. It's a great reminder of just how powerful intentional visual choices can be.